Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Samantha the Introvert. Today I want to give you my personal review on episode 11 of Kidnap. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here, Min is telling Q that he spoke to Q's father, telling Q to speak to his father because his father really wants to speak to Q, but Q doesn't want to. But then Min plead to Q because he has a chance, whereas Min never got the chance, and Min doesn't want that for Q. Because of what Min said, Q decided to text his father that he is coming home and that he needs to speak to him. The father replied saying that he needs to speak to Q too. Later on, we see on the news that they're talking about Gangster Woman and how she is leaving the jail because of medical issues. Then we see two policemen went to Q's father, but all I keep thinking is, why the hell is the man's house, as a policeman, why is this man open his house to people to walk right in? Anyways, it turns out the two policemen work for the gangster woman and now they are threatening him to go with them or they will arm Q, which they have proved that they have captured Q. Min tries to call Q because he fears that the gangster woman will come after Q. But since he couldn't get to Q via phone, he went to Q's home. When he got to the house, he sees Sua, and Sua informs Min that Q has been kidnapped and that it seems they went to capture Q's father because Sua said he can't reach him by the phone and finds out that he is not home and it is confirmed. When we see Q, it is confirmed that Gangster Lady faked her illness just to escape police custody to get to Q and his father. She also revealed to Q that she wants to get rid of him and his father together, and Q didn't believe that his father will come for him, but Gangster Woman proved to Q that his father is indeed on his way. Then we see Sua, Min, and James. The reason James is with them is because James, who is kinda still working for Gangster Woman, but he's also good at detective and he talks a lot. But he definitely helped out a bit. At this point, they should give him a police spy job. Anyways, James told them that Gangster Woman has a warehouse filled with illegal things and she's planning to ship them out along with her to move to a different country. Q is tied up. Remember that Min once taught him how to escape when kidnapped and tied. The next thing to do is finally escape the warehouse, but the bad guys locked Q inside. Q then got out, but just then the men noticed just now that Q has escaped. Now Q has to find a place to hide. Elsewhere at the same location, we see Min, James, and Sua. They need to come up with a plan to get into this building to see if they can rescue Q. Mm-mm-mm. I am telling you, Papang is so damn sexy. The entire show you will be hearing me complimenting this man. Anyways, Q father sees Q and helped him hide from the bad guys. But they started shooting and Q trauma triggers. And Q father asks if he still has the trauma, indicating that the father knew of the problem. And Q told his father that it never went away. He had to suffer it for years. The father then uses the opportunity to apologize to Q for everything Q went through and that he blames himself for putting his work first and not his family, and that is why he lost his wife. But he doesn't want to lose Q too. Q then tells his father that he doesn't want to lose his father too because he only has him. Their bond was cut short because the bad guys found them. Then we see Sexy Papang, Sua, came in to order the bad guys to surrender by holding the other bad guy by Pew Pew. Then they had to fight and Min and James helped. Sua then informs Min to find Q and Q's father and he and James will take care of the bad guys. The gangster woman showed herself to Q and Q's father, boasting about they can't lock her up because she can get out with the help of whoever because she has connection to higher places. She then tells Q's father that he is the reason she has problems and she's going to get rid of his son to show the father how it feels to lose something he loves. And from a distance, Min sees this. The woman was going to get rid of Q, but the father told the woman to leave his son and get rid of him instead, since he is the cause of her problems. Luckily, Min came to rescue and buy time for the father to hold the gangster woman hostage and tells Min to take Q away to escape. Q then stopped Min and told Min they needed to go back to save his father because he doesn't want to make the same mistake he did and lost his mother. Min understood and decided he will go because he knows how it feels to lose a parent, and Min lost too. So saving Q's father is kinda redoing what he never got to do with his own parents. They ended up fighting the bad guy, but Gangster Woman got Q hostage. But she couldn't get away because James and Sue came in with police backup to capture Gangster Woman. The woman was about to shoot Q, and Q intervened and got shot in the side. But luckily, it was just a little glaze. It didn't went right through. But nonetheless, that shit still hurt. Now we have two brothers in the hospital, but for two different reasons. Q then apologized to them for causing them trouble, and Men and Min told Q that no one is seriously hurt because of Q. Then came Q's father to ask to talk to Min alone, so Q and Men and own girl had to leave. The father thanked Min for helping him and Q and that he also apologized for the trouble they have caused Min and his brother. He spoke about the gangster woman and how he has full evidence to lock her up for good. He also told Min that Sue was once like Min and he always determined to do anything to survive, and he was and still is a brave person. Then came the worried boyfriend, and you would think Min would reflect on his wounds. No, homeboy wants to do freaky freak. I swear I've never seen anyone who loves sex as much as Min. He's clearly in pain but wants pleasure at the same time. There's a name for these person, right? What is it? But Q decided to do as the patient wants, but to not cause any pain, Q let Min not to move, and Q will do all the action for Min. Then we see the father at home looking at his uniform and remembering that Q told him that he spoke to Min and that he finally hears that his son said he is proud of him. Then on the news, they're saying the gangster woman will not be in prison and she will be released. Wow, she really has connections, still escaping prison time. But time was not on her side because she ended up got shot in the head by the very son of the man she ended. It's safe to say we will not be seeing her ever again. At the hospital, we were told that Men can be released from the hospital and go home, but was warned that he must not exert himself and if anything happened, they must go to the hospital. Since both brothers are unable to do anything for now, Q decided he will help with cooking for them. Yeah, unfortunately, his cooking skills are not that great. Later, Q made sure that to see if Min's wound really healed because he noticed earlier that he looked like he was in pain, but the wound has healed. Q then asked Min if things would have been better if Q never been in Min's life, but Min told Q that with or without Q, his life was always rough. Since that talk is over, Min wanted to do some sexy action with Q, but Q made sure that Min will not be getting anything tonight. Since Q still has sleepwalking problems, they tie each other's hands to sleep. Q needs to get help for that. Q later got out of bed because he still has nightmares, but because he doesn't want to cause any more pain to Min, he left the room. She was imagining the nightmares and was drinking from a glass cup and dropped it, and Min heard and Q told Min the reason he left the room. Min then told Q that they are in a relationship and everything they go through, they should go through together. But again, Min had to show Q that he is not in pain and the injury is all healed. But Men came out and saw them and thought they would want their alone time because he thought it's Mexi time for them and went back into his room. We see that they are both worried for each other though. Okay, guys, that is the end of my personal review on episode 11 of Kidnap. Stay tuned for my review on episode 12. And as always, if you like my reviews, give them a thumbs up, subscribe, hit notification bell so you never miss any of my videos. I'll see you next time.